like it might be raining out in the Owyhees. How's it going, guys? I came out for a little day hike out here. That may not happen. It's just looks like there's a lot of rain coming down. I thought that the weather report said it wasn't going to be rain until later today. Of course, the weatherman's not always right. And in this case, that rings true. Well, so far we've hit a little bit of rain, but not much. Just a little bit of sprinkling. Looking a little cloudy up there on the top of that ridge. The Owyhee Canyonlands. A lot of rugged, untouched terrain out here. I think there's something like 1,000,000 acres, square acres or something like that. Something crazy. I'll have to verify that. I'll put it down in the description. But it's a huge, huge untouched wilderness that is extremely dry in the summertime. It's high desert. So nothing but sagebrush and juniper out here. That's it. So we'll I'll go up here about, well, we'll get up on the mountain at least and get up into some nicer views and show you guys some of the views looking back on the valley. It is absolutely gorgeous up here, and I think you like it. Came down into this valley here. Just came over that last ridge and down into this valley. A couple ranchers live down in here. Looks like a graveyard of ranchers. Oh, the old place right there. There's also wild Mustangs out here, which I haven't run into yet. Maybe we'll get lucky. There's also, of course, deer, mule deer, California bighorn sheep, and mountain goats. So maybe we'll get lucky and run into some wildlife. It's still been kind of hit or miss on the rain, but it's just been sprinkling, nothing major. Here's another old house, probably from 1900, I bet. Oh, hey, look what we got here. Some wild horses right there. It's the first time I've ever seen that. They're just grazing. Wild Mustangs. This next ridge is where we'll get back up in there. We'll go, you know, 5 or 10 miles back up in there is the spot that I want to go to. And probably there's a tree line that's probably the only trees around for who knows how far. Just not many trees out here, but there's a tree line with some I think birch trees, and I want to get back up in there and see if I can find a creek or something like that. It'd be nice to. I like to find, especially out in this high desert. It's nice to know about hiking spots where there's water available in case you come to need it, because it's rare up in this high desert. There's not much water around. There's different ways to get it, but it's not as easy as walking up to a creek and plunking your life straw in it and taking a sip, you know. It takes a little bit of effort. So we'll see what we find. I would imagine there's got to be some kind of creek or something running down where those birch trees are. They tend to like water a certain amount. So all right, check back in a bit. Here's a nice shot of the valley we just came through. I think that. Yeah. Pretty gorgeous. Not the best day for lighting, but you can still see. All right, on we go. I don't know what these little guys are, but they keep running back and forth across the road. They won't let me go. Sorry about the windshield wipers. Have to identify those later. They look like a... Gosh, I don't know. I don't know my birds very well, but I would assume that these are good eating. Alright, on we go. Again, if they'll let me. So it looks like the area that I wanted to hike down into is fenced off now. So I'm gonna try and go around over this way. It's not raining though, just a little bit of snow that we saw up here, so we're good to go hike for a couple miles and see how it goes. Yeah, let me get the gear out here and the pack, and I'll show you the new gear for this trip, and we'll try it out and see if it's any good. Alright, so a couple new items for today's hike that I'm pretty excited about. I've never used these before, but let me show you here. I've got some Kelty, and Kelty makes good quality stuff. Some Kelty trekking poles. Never used those before. I've always made my own hiking sticks, but kind of excited to try these out and just see what they're like. And one thing that I really like about these is that if out here in this kind of terrain where it's just all sagebrush and short little junipers every once in a while, see there's one, I carry a tarp for, hopefully I'm keeping the wind out of the mic, I'm sorry. Anyway, out in this terrain, there's nowhere to tie a line to, so to put up, I carry a tarp for shelter, and so to put up shelter, you can't do it. There's just nothing to tie it to. So that's one good thing about these trekking poles, is I can use those to fashion a shelter if I need to. I can use them as tent poles. And then, of course, the live straw. I know probably a lot of people have used those before. I've never used one. Pretty straightforward. It's just a straw. I mean, it's got an end that, you know, bottom end that pops off here, and top end pops off once you remove that tape there, and just suck right out of the stream. So pretty straightforward. So we're going to put that in the pack here next to the water bottle, and then so we'll throw the pack on and we'll get going. You ready to rock and roll, bud? You want to go for a walk? Oh, what were you chewing on over here? He was chewing on something here. Looks like he finished it. Yeah, I've been to this spot before. Delgado and I actually camped here. We just slept in the back of my truck with my 20-degree bag last October on a deer hunt. We did see some deer, but we didn't catch anything. Just does. Didn't see any bucks, and I only had a buck tag, so we didn't get anything. So maybe we'll get lucky and see some wildlife out here today. But yeah, familiar spot. So we'll hike down here and see if we can find see if there's a creek down here, as I might suspect. And just curious about knowing that, and it's just nice to get out here and see the scenery, you know. Especially if you're sitting at home on the comfort of your couch. You can check out what the Owyees are all about. High desert. Good stuff. All right, guys. I'm going to get the pack on and we'll go. So we're on the trail, and so far so good. I already lost one of the baskets on my trekking pole though, but tell you about that later. No big deal. So I actually found some water already. I found a creek down here, and hopefully might get windy for a second as I turn the camera, but hopefully you can see. And I also found a little shelter. There's the creek down there. And then it looks like some kind of building over here, way out there in this valley. Still a little bit of snow up on the mountain. In places, you can see a little on the ridge line up there too. So I think we'll hike down here and check out this stream, and maybe head over. We'll go hike over to this shelter down there and see what that's all about, and see if we find a creek down there too. So here's the stream. Delgado just about got stuck in it. He's not the brightest dog. Hey, get out of there! Hey, Delgado, get out of there! I'm not sure which way this stream is running. This water seems to be flowing that way, and then there's obviously it's running the other way though. Kind of a backflow going on here. But water nonetheless. I'm a little weary of drinking out of this. I mean, it's running on, I don't know. Yeah, there's a lot of cows around here. A lot of free range cows. probably likely to have E. coli in here. So I don't know that I would drink out of it, but last case scenario, after my Camelback is empty and it's life or death, you betcha. Take the life straw and dunk it right in here and drink out of this. Anything you can get at that point. But Delgado's drinking it. We'll see if he lives, and then if he lives, we'll try it. So this stuff here is wild onion. Yeah, right here. You can tell because if you kind of rough it up a little bit and smell it, it smells just like onions. I'm gonna take some of this. Take some of this for dinner later. This is good stuff. Just ran across some cow bones. Cow got taken out here. Most likely by these wolves that they let into the state. Looks like there's a whole head over here. It's a murder scene. Here's the head. Well, we're fenced in again. Almost made it to the building down there. Pretty close. We're a couple hundred yards anyway. Anybody know what this is? Hanging on the fence? If you do, let me know. It looks like it might be. I would use it for cooking on a campfire. Put a pan on that, put the campfire underneath it. It looks like just a barn. Old ranch. This is where I saw that deer though. He was right down where we're standing right now and he bounced over this fence and he actually saw us from a mile away. He kept looking back. We were way up. Where were we? We were way up on that hill, just coming over around that hill there. He saw us coming. Definitely a creek that runs down through there though. It's apparent now. You can see all the brush. Sorry about the wind. Need to fix that. You can see all the brush that runs all the way down through here. They put that barn there for a reason. And then there's a canyon, little canyon over there. Well, we got to hike back out of here. It was all downhill back down into here, so it's time for the hike out. We'll catch up with you guys when we get back to the truck. Looks like 4 deer over there. Can't tell, they probably all does, I can't tell from the camera. probably been watching us hike out of this canyon the whole time. That's how hard a deer is to spot out here. Look, if you zoom out, you can't tell there's anything over there. They just blend in. So there's good and bad things about hunting an area like this. You can see for days, you can glass and just see for days, but the bad part, the difficult part is they can see you for days too, and they know you're there before you know they are. They know you're there before you know they are. That's, yeah, you know what I mean. Anyway, we're getting pretty close to the truck now. We've come up, I think, the steepest part, so we'll keep pushing forward here. Delgado blazes a trail for me. It's interesting, when he's never been in an area like this, on this steep, and because he's only 2, but it's interesting that Delgado, come here. He'll actually trek back and forth diagonally instead of going straight up a steep incline. Natural instinct. He's smarter than me. A lot of times I just go straight up. I just want to get there. He's a little lazier though. Come on, Delgado. Delgado, come on. Hey. Shh. Come on, let's go. Lead the way, bud. So we made it back to the truck. Successful trip, successful hike. We're on our way down the mountain now. Just wanted to stop and offer one last shot of the view of this valley before we call it a day. Looks like there's a reservoir way over there. And then I don't think you can see it in here, but beyond that mountain is where we gotta go. Actually, our road is right there. Takes us up over top of the other mountain and on out. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you on the next one.